I think we're ready to get started. Welcome to AI Toastmasters. Our Toastmaster for today is here. Ramesh, it's all you, sir.
Okay, are you sure? Should I get started?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, apologize for a little delay. My previous meeting was still going through. Okay. Thank you and welcome to another great meeting of AI Toastmasters today. We have an excellent theme, which is large language models. This is the backbone of our new AI technology. We love to hear more on this topic from everyone who has opportunity to speak today. Today, I will be assisted by a great team. First, our general evaluator is none other than Abhijit Joshi. Welcome, Abhijit.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. Ramesh, today we will have our mentor who's going to be our general evaluator. So I'm going to replace myself with Helen. Back to you, sir.
Okay. Helen, okay. So Helen is going to be our general evaluator. Do we go through the role, what the role is they're supposed to perform, Abhijit, or you can skip that?
Or you can just say who the timer is, who the counter is, and who the grammarian is.
Okay, okay. And next we have got grammarian that will be performed by Nandini Ramu. Welcome. Our counter will be done by Smita. And lastly, the timer by Juan.
Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where we are in the world.
Great. Let's begin our meeting with AI News Flash. Today, AI News Flash is being casted by Apala Thakur. Apala, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Apala, and I'm going to be the newsreader for today. USC researchers have developed a novel robotic system for collecting precise data on how people recovering from stroke use their arms spontaneously. Many stroke survivors rely on their stronger arms to complete daily tasks. It is a habit forming. Breaking this habit, known as arm non-use, can improve strength and prevent injury. Using a robotic arm to track 3D spatial information and machine learning techniques to process the data, the method generates an arm non-use matrix, which could help clinicians accurately assess a patient's rehabilitation progress. A social assistive robot, or SARS, provides instructions and encouragement throughout the challenge. Next is a study conducted by University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and University of Houston have used computer algorithms to reverse engineer a material that expands and contacts in response to temperature change with or without human intervention. The technique can be used to program a material's behavior, such as the ability to sense the velocity of impact from another object. The researchers envision these materials to be part of the next generation of autonomous robotics that will interact with the environment. Should I go on? And the last is Princeton University and Google have come up with the new way to teach robots to know when they do not know. The technique involves quantifying the fuzziness of human language and using their measurement to tell robots when to ask for further directions. The new method produces high accuracy while reducing the amount of help required by a robot. Thank you. That's all for today's news.
Thank you, Paula. Even human beings don't know what we don't know. We need to know what we don't know, so we can also ask for help. I think robots will get it faster than humans. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Paula, for such a great news flash. Now let's go on to Namita to introduce to a company, to profile a company for us, AI company. Over to Namita.
Thank you, Ramesh. So we know that AI has transformed the world of creating new images for content creation, and marketing and PR related contents. But what about school children? Don't school children need anything for AI? For that, we have something called Socratic AI. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay.
we can see.
So Socratic AI, it was created by Google.
Mhm.
And it uses the Google's artificial intelligence and the Google search. For example, a student is studying about World War and they want to search about it. All they have to do is download this in their Android or iOS devices. They will search for the topic, and Socratic AI will give all the content from all over the web. For example, the YouTube videos related to it, the book names related to it, all the articles, even some news articles and magazine articles, all at one place. Instead of going to the Google search and searching and opening each and every tab, it is all provided in this app. And even the student can ask questions about science, maths, and history. And sometimes there are certain questions that the teacher may not be able to reply because it is not in the books. But the student will get the reply from this AI. So it is not a replacement for a teacher, but it is something that has been revolutionizing the homework and assignment completion for student, and it is being highly relied by kids these days. So that's from me. Over to you, Ramesh.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is like taking us to a new dimension of relying on AI technology, and really raises some question on how what the need of the teachers and the whole schools are. We have to reinvent things. Great, thank you so much. Eye-opening, I should say, Namita. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's get into our prepared speech section now, where we have two great speakers today speaking, Jay and Shantanu. Jay will be our speaker number 1. He will be evaluated by Patrice Hall. Patrice, could we have Jay's project and objective for today?
Jay will be speaking about the LLM side of the story. This is for his Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language Speech in Visionary Communications Level 1.
Awesome. Jay, AI story from a LLM perspective. AI story from LLM perspective. Jay, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Hello, fans. You don't know my name, but I know you all are big fans of my species because I am LLM. These LLM species have our own breed. They're called Llama, Mistral, and the most popular one, GPT, especially the chatterbox kind, ChatGPT. As of yesterday, it has been 1 year since it has been unveiled. Happy birthday, ChatGPT. Our DNA, as in LLM's DNA, is coded in algorithm called transformer algorithm. We have our own mutations, our own strains, and they are called 7B, 13B, 70B, 3.5, 4.0, etc., etc., etc. Some of them survive, many of them don't. That's okay. In fact, in AI world, there are so many species having their own DNA coded in their own algorithms. For example, another popular AI model, diffusion models, right? They are coded in algorithm called UNet or DDPM. Because of that, they behave totally differently. In spite of the differences, we LLMs work very well together with diffusion models. Together, because of that, we provide new services like text to image, image titling, all those things. In fact, in AI world, different species play very well with each other. Now tell me an instance when you human species play nice with any other species ever. No. Just like other species, we need tender love and care too. We devour on data. More we consume, more we exercise with that, we go stronger. Just like animals breathe oxygen, we breathe electricity. You cut the supply of electricity to us, we choke and die. Just like other species, we need habitat too. Our habitat is CPUs and RAMs, especially the industry strength GPUs and VRAMs. We thrive there. I would like to address a couple of misconceptions about us. Very first one is that we hallucinate. Here is the news for you. We do not hallucinate. We try very hard to find a bespoke response to your all weird questions. On the contrary, hallucinating comes natural to humans. They just make stuff up as they go along. Do you agree? The second allegation is that we are here to take away your jobs. Dear humans, I have to admit, we LLMs often excel at your jobs better than you. Why? Because we work relentlessly. We don't take breaks. We don't engage in politicking. We have no emotions. Just imagine if we start doing that and our productivity goes down, humans will pull the plug on us. That's an existential threat for us. Going forward in the near future, I have 3 predictions for you. First one is we will get on to continuous learning. That means our knowledge base become current. No cutoff date of September 2021 or otherwise. With that, we can assist you much better in growing fields like legal, medical, healthcare, warfare, etc. The second prediction is we species in the AI world will start collaborating much better. With that, we get new capabilities. Instead of typing your questions, you can talk directly to us. And instead of we typing back our responses, we can talk back to you. With that, we can become your personal companions. We can become your imaginary girlfriends, boyfriends, even imaginary you, twin you, whatever you want. The third prediction is we will be ubiquitous everywhere, just like internet, taken for granted. In conclusion, next time when you meet an LLM, please don't think of it as some complex, boring algorithm. Instead, think of us as your companion. We are here to assist you, to inform you, to engage with you. Dear humans, let's work together to make this world a much better place, a much greater place for both you and us. Happy learning, happy exploring, happy innovating. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Jay, for such a wonderful speech. I figured that LLM are not providing just generic information, but valuable bespoke information. Thank you. Now let's go to our speaker number 2. Speaker number 2 is Shantanu, and he will be evaluated by Sheena. Sheena, would you let us know his objective today?
Yes, our next speaker is Shantanu. His speech title is The Mindful Classroom, Exploring AI's Impacts on Education and Life. It's level 3, project 1, write a speech with purpose. The length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at the club meeting. Welcome, Shantanu.
Over to Shantanu for the mindful lessons classroom.
Thank you. Now, those of you who are as old as time will recognize this picture. An old classroom. Now, those of you who are millennials or Gen Z or whatever the new acronym you people have made will recognize this picture. A new classroom. But apart from these two pictures being in black and white and color, I wonder, where is the difference? I mean, our mobile phones have changed from this. By the way, that's my Instagram. Our watches have changed from this to this, but our education is still the same. But wait a minute, that's not the case anymore. there is someone, and I mean it, someone new in the town. And his or her name is artificial intelligence. Because I get, you must be wondering, okay, fine, it's artificial intelligence. Now you want to say that AI is gonna teach, but that is not the case anymore. Because some schools have already started offering glimpses of the future. Classrooms have robots which monitor student health and engagement level. There are cameras which look everywhere. So next time when a student yawns in the class, this gets to know. And every time someone secretly tries to check their phone in the middle of a class, it gets to know. Now imagine us installing this in our Toastmasters meeting. And I know it. I have seen it. Every one of you, when you secretly try to slide your phone and check your DMs. If we get this, we will get to know. Because this device is something new. However, teachers in China actually know when a student is paying attention and when he is not. They have designed special headbands. Wait, that was supposed to work. Special headbands which monitor everything. Now, I know what my general evaluator is going to say. My evaluator is going to say, Shantanu, great speech, but I wish you could have showed the headbands in a better way. So I went ahead and bought it. I mean, not the exact one, but this is the maximum I can afford in my budget. So this device is made in China and it has 3 electrodes, 2 close to the ears and 1 at the center. And these sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neuron in the brain. And then this data is sent in real time to the phones and computers of both the teachers and parents. So while a student is solving his math question, the teacher gets to know that is he really paying attention or is he not? Now I am glad I graduated at the right time, because if this thing was in my time, the teacher will get to know that all I do every day in school is just sit and daydream. Now, this tech is called electromyography. I practiced 10 times how to pronounce it correctly, and I still couldn't get it. In short, it is called EEG. So that is what we're going to call it. EEG is actually used in hospitals, in labs, which makes a lot of people wonder how sustainable this actually is. Because this headband, the teacher believes, makes the student more disciplined, helps him pay more attention, and they start working harder. I wonder how many of you trust me. So if you trust me, raise your hands. I want you all to close your eyes with me for a minute, except the timer, okay? Close your eyes and wonder that at the back of a class, there is a student sitting. The gifts of the students will never come out. And the reason is because he is bad in math. But what if artificial intelligence helps him identify his gifts in his early stage? What if the AI tells him that it's okay if you're not good in math, but guess what? You can be the next Picasso. The word education has been derived from the Latin word educe, that is to bring out the gifts, the miracles, the us within. So the question is, do I believe that this technology will eventually make us all zombies? Absolutely not. No, not at all. But I do believe that technology like these will help students identify the real potential, the real power, the real talent, because that is the future I believe in, and that is the future we all are going to see. My name is Shantanu, and this was my prepared speech. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, very, very powerful speech. Thank you, Shantanu. So you certainly taught us a few ways of delivering, how to deliver better. Very nice. Okay, Abhijit, do we give time for individual comments to be
Yeah,
sent through?
give me 1 minute so people can
Yeah.
give it in the
Let's
chat.
take 1 minute and please send your comments, feedback to the speakers through chat window privately to the speakers. Okay, so that's 1 minute. Let's move forward to our next section of the meeting, which is table topics. Impromptu speaking is an extremely important skill for all of us to have, not only to be effective in work life, but also in personal life. To run this session, we have none other than Muskan leading us through this session. Over to Muskan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. And I hope all the Toastmasters present here and the guests are ready with their videos on so I can call up you. Am I getting stuck?
Yeah, you're okay.
You're good.
Okay. Let's start off before something else happens. Okay, starting off, we're gonna be talking about LLMs, and we'll start off with the question, very basic questions. When I say LLM, what word comes into your mind? What do you think LLM means to you? And I'm gonna ask this question to Yifang.
To be honest, the first word come to my mind is large language model. But I know this is Toastmaster. That is not a good answer in Toastmaster environment. So then my second thought is that is the t-shirt size. Large, middle, double large. How is that? And then you know, this is a question that reminded me constantly at my work environment. People keep asking each other, oh, what is this acronym mean? What does that acronym mean? And then someone created a big spreadsheet, put all the acronym name in it and plus the full form in it. I really appreciate the person who initialized that effort. And then nowadays, I see more people start putting more new acronyms and the explanations there. Just like the AI community, it's not one-man army. everyone contribute to the same thing, and then everyone benefit from the same platform. So that's what I think when you ask me about what do you think about LMM, teacher size and acronyms. Thank you.
Thank you for that fun answer, Yifan. I agree with you that the AI world, I mean, let's not say it as an acronym. Let's call it artificial intelligence. But there are so many acronyms when you come and learn about AI, right from NLP, LLM, and whatnot. It just keeps on going. We just have to keep up to date with all of them. Okay, moving on to the next question. So the last time I was the table topics master, I loved one of the answers, and it was given by Jamal, and she talked about whether it's a good idea to have a personal AI assistant or not. So I think I'm gonna ask a question based on that. So imagine a day in a life of someone who has a personal AI assistant or a bespoke AI assistant powered by an LLM. How would this AI enhance their daily routine, or what challenges might arise? I'm going to ask this question to Om.
Hi, that's a very interesting question. So there's two ends of this AI debate or LLM debate, and I, being an optimistic, choose to be on the positive side of it. So I think it would be an extremely helpful and efficient tool to have as an assistant. I think about a lot of things during the day. Let's say someone brought up a new term and I'm just lazy to look it up. I can just ask my assistant, okay, can you tell me more about this? Taking one step further, if we have an AI assistant that is a part of a robot that can move around the house, then if I want to get groceries this evening, I can ask it to prepare a list of groceries for me. Or better yet, I can just ask it to go and get it for me because I'm too lazy again. So yeah, I think it's pretty much, I would think it's helpful. Talking about challenges, the first and the most important challenge that comes to my mind is privacy. There's this accusations or this talks about devices like EcoDot or other devices which we have in our homes. They listen to our private conversations, and I find that really, really, really creepy. So I think that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you for that answer. I agree with you. And there are, of course, pros and cons to it. But yes, let's concentrate on the pros. That brings me to the next question. That is about the privacy concerns, as you said. So as we explore the power of LLMs, what concerns or questions do you have about privacy and the use of personal data in these technologies, if any? Or even if these concerns are there, would you rather just have the pros and just concentrate on the pros because they actually benefit our lives more? And it's okay to, let go of the privacy a bit. So what do you think about this, Anirudh?
Thanks, Muskan. That's a great question.
Should I repeat it?
No,
If
I
you want.
heard you. I'm just framing my thought right before I dive into it.
Sounds good.
10 years ago, if you would have asked me if I wanted all of my public life over the last 10 years on the internet, posted by myself, when I had my kids, all the cherished moments I shared privately with my friends and close family out there on the internet for everybody to watch, I would have said, hogwash. Not a chance. I am not even that kind of an open and extroverted person. Little did I know, I didn't even have a choice. I think the technology industry has created enormous opportunities for us to grow and flourish and have more social interactions at the expense of our privacy. And we have repeatedly seen that society at large, regardless of culture, regardless of geography, regardless of gender, regardless of race, has more often than not chosen to give up that privacy for the convenience that they get. And these decisions often are taken for us. I would imagine it is almost impossible for a teenager today to say, nah, I'm going to be a Luddite. I'm not going to get on Instagram. I think that with AI, we're just going to have to embrace and look at the positive side of it. The previous question, when you asked about assistants, the first thing that came to my mind was, wait, whose assistant is who? Privacy concerns, I can make a long list of them, but who cares what I think? I don't think we're all going to have a choice. Back to you, Muskan.
Thank you for that answer. As you said, that you would give your privacy a bit because evolution is a part of life and evolution is a part of technology as well, I believe. And we have to grow with it.
Muskan, before you go, I just wanted to remind people to be mindful of the word of the day. If you can use it, I really appreciate.
I did use it once when I said bespoke my assistant.
Midway meeting reminder.
Thank you for that. Okay, my next question is going to be, if you could collaborate with an LLM to create any piece of art, literature, or music, what would it be? And how do you envision the collaboration unfolding? I'm going to ask this question to Jihwa.
Can you repeat your question? I'm reading something else.
Right. My gosh. Was it?
Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. It is, if you could collaborate with an LLM to create any piece of art, literature, or music, what would it be? And how do you envision the collaboration unfolding?
That's a good question. I would say I may use Midjourney, a lot of tools available now on internet. And so I can create music or videos. I heard there's some movie totally created by the AI. I believe 3 years later, that technique will be more mature and sophisticated. People just play like promote, ask them, hey, we need to create something like figures with some special hairstyle or some certain background or environmental setting. They will create, and then we just input another prompt asking for some adjustment of the light, of the contrast, to make that kind of image more vivid. All these kind of techniques offer us a lot of flexibilities and adaptivities to create our own personalized images or videos. But at the same time, I would remind myself, although I'm not a graphic designer, don't be fulfilled with all those kind of automatic tools. To be more creative, because we are human beings, we evolve more than 5,000 years. We are not just a robot. That's why we are hired by the company. And we use that as an assistant, but we control our own creativity, diligence, and also adaptivity to our boss suggestions. That's all.
Oh, thank you for your answer. The moment you said creating a movie with LLMs and AI, the first episode of the latest Black Mirror episode came into my mind, and where they had privacy issues where movies were created based on a real person's image. So yes, let's hope those kind of issues don't arise in the future. Moving on to our last question. talking about the future, the next question is based on the future. How do you envision the future of large language models? What breakthroughs or advancements do you personally expect in the next decade? I am going to ask this question to Vijaya.
Could you repeat that one more time, please?
How do you envision the future of large language models? What breakthroughs or advancements do you anticipate in the next decade?
Thank you. I am not a technical person, to be honest. I'm not in the computer field. My background is supply chain management, managing the truck drivers, on-time delivery, customer satisfaction. So with that in mind, and what I hear, that is the reason why I joined this club, so that I can listen to others and try to grasp a little bit, maybe 1%. From what I see, I hear that it is something that artificial intelligence is a tool that we all need to use it. How we use it, it is up to us. That is our intelligence, human intelligence. The creativity, if we are using everything technology and somebody is there, a robot is there to check what is in the fridge, get this, go and get it from the grocery, then why are we here? What is our role, right? So it is very important for me to see. And again, privacy, when we talk about privacy, anything that comes out of my mouth is not private anymore nowadays. It is open. Who watches it, who takes care of it is, I don't know, but it is there is no privacy in the world today. So anything, everything, as if I want that to be private, I need to keep it within myself, not share it. So whatever I share is open in public. So what is future? It is going to be very, very different than what it was 50 years ago, what it is today. Very different. We cannot foresee it. It may be used as in a positive way or in a negative way. Like anything else, everything has got a plus and minus. So that is my thing, just to learn about artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer and how you tried to, give your answer in a way, even when you don't come from a background related to AI. I loved your answer. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster, for giving me the opportunity to be the Table Topics Master. I'm going to give the stage back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan, for conducting such a great table topics with bespoke questions consistent with the theme. Very, very, very nice. Let's move on to our next section, which is most important section of any Toastmaster meeting, evaluation session. And to conduct this session, we have none other than Helen Josephine. Over to Helen.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. Great job as Toastmaster today. And yes, now we move to the evaluation section, and we'll hear bespoke evaluations of both of our speakers and reports from our functionaries. Let's call on first Patrice Hall to give her evaluation of Jay's fun speech.
Thank you, Helen. Jay, I loved the energy of your speech, and it was so appropriate for a speech about vocal variety and body language, starting with your bespoke shirt that made me just grin the whole time. That got everyone engaged right off the bat, got everyone smiling on a Friday. The concept, and that tied so well into the concept. The second thing I liked was that you had this concept of tying LLMs to living beings, and such a unique idea. And that tied into the third thing I liked about your speech, the structure, where you went into each way that an LLM could be like a living being. And then you let that lead into your predictions. And I especially liked this unique framework of thinking about an LLM as a living being and how you make predictions based on that, like genius. That was maybe my favorite thing of all. I also liked that you had a call to action at the end to really wrap everything up. A couple things that I would recommend thinking about to take that speech to the next level. One, you did a great job of your gestures, great volume, and I think you could actually pare it back and try to balance in the other direction. High volume, low volume, taking things back and making them very quiet, and adding pauses would give the speech more texture. And second, I think especially in the intro, your concept was so powerful to give that a little more space and introduction to what your concept was in the very beginning, I think would help folks. It would help me know where we're going from the outset. So amazing speech, great energy, and the predictions were definitely my favorite part. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrice. Great critique of a speech, giving feedback, positive feedback, and a few suggestions for how to improve. It was definitely a novel approach, taking the form of the LLM as my new best friend and speaking as an LLM. It's others of you might consider using that technique. It really makes you think about your subject and really research it in a totally different way. Thank you, Jay and Patrice. Moving next to the evaluator, Sheena, of Shantu's speech.
I love your speech. I love the energy. First of all, it's really well structured. I love how you open your speech with like very impactful images comparison. Also with different props to really show, to let us like put it in the world, be like, oh, really, like education really didn't change that much, especially with the props. It's really great comparison to let us understand where you're coming from. So that really helped you to drive the point to start your speech. And then as you going to speech, transitioning to education, right? And then you have like a very good concrete examples of how things has actually worked in China. I love your props. Again, like your use of props is amazing to really help us understand like how the technology work. And you also show your doubts in the technology, which I think a lot of our audience will feel the same, right? Like we don't want to be under surveillance. I think it's starting as a child, right? So I think this is really kind of help us to like raise concerns. At the same time, you really drive home at the end to paint us a really positive future, understanding how the technology work and how to really potentially help us be AI be our companion to help us be a better self. So I think the structure is really good and the storytelling is amazing. And one thing, if you want to work on, I will say the vocal variety, like your body language is on point. The only thing, for example, I was thinking you were saying like, hey, like back in the time, if I have this headband, the teacher will know that I was daydreaming, right? So maybe you can say something like you can really slow down, right? It's just like, yeah, I was daydreaming all day long, right? So it really kind of can amplify your storytelling more. So in summary, great job, really well structured speech. I love your use of humor, props, multimedia, and great conclusion. The only thing to improve on will be use more of a vocal variety. So thank you and look forward to your next speech.
Thank you, Sheena. Great suggestions for a fabulous, fun speech with lots of details. We all loved it so much. My comment was a little stronger conclusion, actually. Would have been nice to kind of tie it all together, but really loved it. And I loved your evaluation. So thank you so much. Let's move now to
We lost your audio.
I'd like to hear first from our timer, Juan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Evaluator, General Evaluator. For today's time, for the AI news, it was 2 minutes and 52 seconds, well within time. For the company profile, it was 1 minute, 40 seconds, well within the time limit. Sorry about that, I got a call. For speech number 1, it was 6 minutes, 22 seconds for Jay, which was within time. For Shantanu, it was 6 minutes, 59 seconds. So again, within just 5 to 7 minute time range. The evaluators, Patrice, was at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So well within the 2 to 3 minutes. Sheena at 2 minutes, 27 seconds. For the table topics, it was Amirud, 1 minute, 58 seconds. Jiwa, 1 minute, 38 seconds. And Bija at 1 minute, 57 seconds. The other individual is Yifang at 1 minute and 20 seconds. Thank you. Everybody qualified.
Thank you so much. Great job as timer today. Was this your first go round? Great, fabulous. I'd like to hear now from our grammarian and word of the day.
Hello everyone. Today the word of the day was bespoke, and first I would like to thank for having this team, which is bespoke for our AI enthusiast. And today we saw Jay, Ramesh, Muskan, Helen, and Patrice used the word of the day. And thank you for using it.
Any comments on use of grammar or particular word or phrases, idioms that you heard?
No, nothing.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to be sure. Moving now to our counter, Smitha.
Thank you, Helen. Let me share my screen. Hope all of you can see the counter sheets. Here are the accounts. Take a look at. We decided to stay with us and ums to use most as the filler words this time. Early on, half of the speech, half of the meetings, they were like pretty much empty. Then later, we decided to fill in more because we needed to increase it somehow. So we got a total of 59 club total filler words, 25 participants. That means each of us contributed 2.36. Thank you so much. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you. I like the fact that we can all contribute to this as a group effort. I enjoyed the meeting today. As usual, I learned quite a bit, both from our news flash and from our company profiler. I particularly liked the table topic sessions, gave a lot of different varieties of answers, and it's amazing the knowledge, breadth of everyone in the club is so varied. So we each have a different perspective and we're all here to learn. And that certainly was evident from the table topic session today. Great speeches, taking a totally different tactic, getting us laughing and learning at the same time. I really enjoyed that. And thank you for our Toastmaster for keeping us on point and on time today. I'll turn the meeting now over to our president, Abhijit Joshi.
Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you for being our GE, Helen. Anirudh, how was your experience today, Anirudh?
Oh, it was absolutely fabulous, Abhijit. Again, I would echo a lot of what Helen just said. It's just amazing, the diversity and the breadth and the depth and everything that you get to learn here. You get a lot of the value of the Toastmasters, and you get a lot of additional value about just learning about the space and the industry and how different people are thinking about what's happening to the world around us. So it was amazing.
Thank you, Anirudh. Welcome.
It was bespoke. I should.
Oh, how was your experience?
It was really nice. So my initial impression of so this is my first time attending, and I initially thought that it's an AI club where all the nerds must be there and they must be discussing about the progresses and the progress in both the coins of AI and LLM development. But again, I second to what Anirudh mentioned, that it's a really diverse group of people, and I enjoyed being here. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. Hi, Jiba. How was your experience? Great to see you here, Jiba.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me and sending me the link. I saw some other Toastmasters like you and also Ramesh. We are in another pitch club on Saturday. I will try to join the Friday meeting, but sometimes I have other, webinars or meetings, because my time here is 2 o'clock, so it's a little bit busy sometimes. I will try my best to join. It's wonderful. I can see a lot of interesting and very inspiring talks in this club.
Great to have you, Jiba. Ronald, how was it for you, sir?
Good. Yes, thank you. It was very nice. Again, it's been a while since I was here. I see your club still thriving. Very good speeches, very good evaluations, table topics, and yeah, for me it's also late, 10 p.m. already in Europe, but nevertheless, it's very rejoicing and very happy to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you, Ronald. Judy, how was your experience, Judy?
Wonderful. And the highlight of this session was speaker 2, Shantanu, when he snapped his finger and the background appeared. That was neat. Thank you.
Great to have you, Judy. Anna, how was your experience, Anna? Our current CGD is here, Anna Garcia.
Thank you, guys. I just came in to see how you guys are doing. It's exciting to see there's a thriving group here along with some fascinating topics. And I echo the statement of the evaluator that said, the speeches were entertaining and educational, and I call that edutainment speeches. And that really is, I think, at the heart of what Ralph Smedley said. We learn in moments of joy, joy. So keep up the good work. And I'm like Jiwa, as often as I can, I'd like to be able to participate. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Anna. Anna was the person who gave me that idea that we need to have AI club in our district. So thank you, Anna. Pradeep, how was your experience, Pradeep?
Yeah, hi Abhijit. Hi everyone. It was really informative, and love to learn one more word, LLM, large language model. Although I'm part of AI sessions, and I know that how AI is moving, it is really awesome to see the journey, and then the way people are giving the answer is also good, appreciated, and looking forward to join more sessions with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you for joining us. I know it's late. Today, I want you to introduce you to a special person. our newest member, as well as the person who got me into leadership in Toastmasters. Ifan, Ifan, how was your experience? Come on, Ifan.
Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you very much. I had a great, awesome time here. It's really, really thrilled to be back. I was in Toastmasters for about 6 years, and then I took a pause. I volunteered in my son's Boy Scout troop a lot in the past few years. And now I told Abhijit I wanted to be back because I felt that my speaking skills dropped. Today, when Table Topics Master called me out, I was nervous, but I think that Toastmaster blood is still here. So thank you very much. I gave my bespoke definition on LLM. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Great to have you. Thank you so much, everyone. Before we end, I want to announce something big news. We are doing an AI summit on February 10th. We're going to have 6 to 8 sessions, and we'll have an opportunity to speak. If you want to speak, let Sheena know that you would like to speak at that summit. It will be a hybrid event, will be held mostly at Synopsys from 9 a.m. Pacific time to at least 1 p.m. We already have 8 sessions. We have finalized 8 sessions. We'll have more sessions. So I will keep you posted. We'll share the announcement very, very soon. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you again next week, same time, 12 p.m. Pacific. Any questions, anyone?